What's up, good people? You already know it is Boxing Vibez TV podcast number 105.
Oh, we live.
And we live with
Yes,
105,
sir.
and we recording this on Labor Day. You know what I mean? While a lot of people relaxing from work, man, we getting it in, man, to keep our content going and keep this train going with Boxing Vibez TV. But this is your man JD, as I stated before, rocking with my right hand man Q. Q, man, tell him a little bit of what we about to touch on the menu today with podcast number 105.
Already, baby. We got the Ruiz Ortiz. You know what I mean? We got the reaction from that. We got the Canelo not fighting the Mexican mano a mano. He don't want to fight the Mexican.
Right.
You know, so we're gonna talk about that. And we got the Usyk Cruz, man. Wasn't that with Usyk Cruz? Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? And we got Ryan and Tank. You know, we're gonna talk about Ryan and Tank. We're gonna talk about Fury and possibly Joshua and all that type of business, man. What y'all got?
Hey, man, so you already know, man. If you're down with the vibes, hit the notification bell and subscribe. But before we get into that, man, we gotta give y'all the pod quote of the day. And this was another quote fresh off the press. And I love when, you know, we get some quotes and we get little tidbits of different things that are going on, because boxing, what I love about the sport of boxing, bruh, is that it's a non-stop soap opera, bruh. Every time we wake up the next day, somebody's saying or doing something. And they actually, shout out to ES News, they caught up with, I believe it was Gervonta Tank Davis at the fight last night, walking away from the Andy Ruiz and King Kong Ortiz bout. And they were talking about him and Ryan Garcia. It's a very, very funny quote, but I thought it was interesting when he talked about how he crossed paths with Ryan Garcia. So he asked him, hey man, so tell us about you and Ryan and how y'all met up. And Tank said, quote, hey man, you know what? We actually crossed each other at the club. Yeah. And that is the quote from Gervonta Tank Davis, man. So how interesting is that, man? They around here having negotiations in the club, man. Why they popping bottles, bro?
Do you think that's what happened? You thought they were just having to be there in the club together? You know like a setup.
No, I think, man, it's funny, man, because you know, with LA, bro, you know, LA is one of those cities where, you know, everybody cross everybody somehow. So they could have known that was gonna go down. Who knows? But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into the very first topic of the podcast. And let's talk a little bit first about the reaction to Andy Ruiz Jr. and Luis Ortiz. And we are coming off the heels of a pretty okay heavyweight bout, which saw Andy Ruiz end up winning a unanimous decision over Luis King Kong Ortiz. Now, the judges last night scored the bout 113-112, and then two other judges had a 114-111 for Andy Ruiz. Now, the intriguing part of that is that it was a very dicey fight outside of the 3 knockdowns that Andy Ruiz got on King Kong Ortiz. So even when you look at those scorecards, it kind of shows that even though Andy Ruiz got the W, it wasn't a dominating performance outside of him doing what he needed to do and hurting King Kong on 3 occasions. So, Q, tell me right quick, man, before we get into the next steps of Andy Ruiz in his career, but tell me, bro, what's your reaction to Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz?
Honestly, brother, I wasn't surprised about that. You feel me? Knowing Luis Ortiz, they were saying he's 43 years old. With his age, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I just felt like I felt like he'll be able to. My prediction was he'll be able to weather some storms and ultimately possibly stop Andy Ruiz, but you know, it wasn't there for him like that. He was the one to be hurt more so. I thought he boxed well, fought behind the jab, but you know, he got hurt early, got dropped. You know, got hit with a. Well, I don't know. The first time was an overhand or something. He got caught.
Yeah, right to the top of the head, to the temple. Yep.
You know,
mm-hmm.
And then I know he got caught with a body shot that looked like it hurt him. But at the end of the day, shout out to Andy Ruiz, man. Shout out to the Destroyer, and shout out to Luis King Kong Ortiz for a great fight. And you know, I'm thinking it might be Wilder Ortiz next. I mean, Ruiz.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Ruiz Jr. next. They both on PBC. That seemed like it'll make sense. After the Wilder fight in October, but good fight and not a great fight, but a good fight. I was a little disappointed because I was pulling for King Kong. Hope he was gonna be able to beat on his chest one more time, but either way it go, that's what happened. And I wasn't that impressed with Ruiz either, to be honest.
Right.
With you. I just felt like he should have been able to win against Ortiz at this stage in his career. I was just pulling for Ortiz. What you got, brother?
Hey man, you know what? I personally feel like this was not the best performance by Andy Ruiz Jr. Even though he got the victory, I'm gonna be real honest, bro. The reality of this fight, as I see it as a fan who observed the fight, is that if Louis King Kong Ortiz isn't 43 years old,
he was smashed him.
He probably wins this bout. Because the real reality is some of the knockdowns that we saw happen with King Kong Ortiz, the reality is, man, at 43 years of age, bro, you're not just going to take those shots like that and stand up. Like, you're not going to take a shot to the top of your head near the temple area and just stand up the shots like that at 43 years old with all of that wear and tear. So it's interesting because outside of those knockdowns, it was a very dicey fight back and forth. Where King Kong Ortiz, like he did with Wilder and like he's done with a lot of his previous opponents, with him being out of that southpaw stance, bro, he is a very tricky fighter to figure out. And we saw in spots where, bro, the crowd was even booing. There were spots in the fight where we literally heard the crowd booing because there was not enough action to their liking. And a lot of that was coming because King Kong Ortiz is such a savvy southpaw that Andy Ruiz knew that, Andy Ruiz knew he had to think and he couldn't just run in there on King Kong Ortiz. But I will say this though, man, I would love to see King Kong retire though, because I'm not gonna lie, bro. At 43, he still has the skill. He really still has the skill, but at this point, he is pretty much at an age where he can't take those punches anymore. The reality is that King Kong Ortiz might be able to outbox you, but at 43 years old, man, I can't lie. I don't want to see him taking any more devastating punches. It actually hurt me, bro, to see his wife and his kids turning away as the bout was going on, because you can tell at this point, bro, they want him to retire, right? They know he's got the skill. They know he's got the heart, but they want him to retire. The saddest part, man, and this is why, a lot of fighters, man, you got to do – I got to salute King Kong Ortiz, because what a lot of people forget about is that he defected from Cuba in 2010. So he was finally able to get over here in 2010, bro, and get away from Cuba so that he could really start his heavyweight career. And so a lot of people understand that a fighter like him didn't really get started until 30, 31 years of age, bro. And so that's late in the game to really try to come over to America and get your name out there. So he did with the best he could, with his career. But with Andy Ruiz, bro, I'm going to be honest, man. Hey, man, a lot of people looking at Andy a little sideways, man, because Andy, we had the Areola fight, bro, where Andy was iffy against Areola, and it was kind of lackluster, even though he got the victory. And we saw the same thing against Louis King Kong Ortiz, where Andy, he didn't fight horrible, but it was not necessarily a dominating performance that you would want to see against a 43-year-old fighter. So nevertheless, man, we'll see what Andy does, because there's also been a lot of talk about, is he too heavy? Is he not too heavy? But who knows? He looked like he was in shape, but a lot of people are saying that they still would like to see Andy Ruiz drop a little bit more weight, even though he was relatively in shape. But let me throw this question to you, bro. Let's talk on this right quick. And you alluded to it in your comments on what you think might potentially be next. So we definitely saw Deontay Wilder at the fight. Deontay Wilder was out there, man, shaking hands and kissing babies, man. He was out there on the PBC vibe, man, promoting that Helenius fight coming up and letting everybody know that he's back. Matter of fact, I think Wilder said he might be back for at least 3 more years, he said.
3 more years, no doubt.
You know what I mean? So, but now we heard Andy Ruiz say that he wants the Wilder fight and that it should be easy to make. Wilder was saying that he's open to whoever won the fight. We now know Andy won. Bro, give me your thoughts on if the Wilder versus Ruiz fight happens, and then who do you tip from what you've seen as of late? Who do you give a early edge to, man, in Wilder versus Ruiz?
It'll be a very exciting fight, but I just think Wilder will get him out of there, man. I give him 8 rounds because I just don't think that he'll be able to take that punch from Wilder. Because I think Andy Ruiz will get hit. You know, he'll get hit. Don't get me wrong, he has the potential to catch Wilder also, because Wilder definitely is not the most defensively sound, But I just think with Wilder's heart and with his even if you got to get up, as we've seen with Tyson Fury, which is he got up several times, and end of the day he's dangerous for 12, and he could catch you and change your life in one punch. So I just feel like Wilder would in my opinion, will be, and he's got very deceptive speed. They both have speed. Andy Ruiz just though he more of a combination. He a combination puncher, and Wilder's more of a sniper.
Sniper, boom.
He got that one. He gonna load you up with that one. You know what I'm saying? But he dangerous the whole 12 rounds. You gotta worry about him. And I just think that I'll tilt my hat for Wilder for a KO victory. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I think that fight will go personally. If we ain't seen him since the last fight, since he took a lot of damage in the Tyson Fury trilogy, but I think Wilder has been building. I think he's done added some more wrinkles, like we saw some in the last fight, and I think he'll be building and expanding on that. Mainly, I hope he's doing some running and something to get his legs more in shape, because that's one
Hey man, everybody stay roasting his legs, man. Hey, he got that power though, man. Don't worry about them legs. Don't worry about them legs.
I hear you, but you gotta have the stamina. You gotta be able to go. You gotta be able to. Yeah. Imagine what he could do if he did skip leg day.
Right.
We'll see. What you got? What you say on that?
Hey man, you know what? I agree with you on that one, bro. From what I just saw happen with Andy Ruiz and Louis King Kong Ortiz, bro, Wilder would have to throw up a straight dud against Helenius for me not to believe that he would beat Andy Ruiz, because the reality is that if you could stick a jab and then blast Andy 1 or 2 times, I think Andy's in trouble, bro. I think Andy is legitimately in trouble. And so I think for Andy, his only hope in a Wilder match, because he likes to counterpunch, would be for him to catch Wilder being defensively irresponsible, and he could catch Wilder on the way in with like a crazy looping overhand. Kind of like he called Louis King Kong Ortiz. But even with that being said, man, if Wilder is not, shot out and, gunshot after the Tyson Fury bouts, bro, I don't see Andy beating him, because if there's any fighter that you damn near have to kill them in the ring to get them out of there, it is Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, man. So what I've seen with Andy Ruiz with Areola, bro, and what I've seen with him and Luis Ortiz, I really feel like Deontay Wilder will prove that he's still that elite dude, and he could get Andy Ruiz out of there, bro. Because I really think, because what I'm most excited to see, bro, and I'm just saying this about Wilder, is I keep saying, bro, if everybody goes back to that first round or two in the Tyson Fury third bout, bro, that was excellent from Wilder. So I really want to see if Wilder can do that over 5, 6, 7 rounds. If him and Malik Scott can now do what they did in that first round or two, where he literally, bro, was jabbing to the body, jabbing up high, bro, it's a wrap for a lot of fighters, bro.
Damn, like Errol Spence.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like it was looking excellent, bro. But man, we'll see, man. We'll talk about that more. But we got to sit back and wait and let the Bronze Bomber get by Helenius, even though we expect that to happen. We will see in the future if Ruiz and Wilder get it on. Now let's get into the second topic. Oh boy, this is spicy, bro. This is real spicy. Let's talk about Mr. Canelo Alvarez, man.
Cinnamon.
Mr. Cinnamon, right? Let's talk about him and a quote that he gave the boxing world this past week that had everybody debating, arguing, all kind of stuff, where he has now stated that he does not want to fight any more Mexicans. He is now.
That was a reiteration. He said it before.
You know what I mean? So, well, he must have said that after Julio Cesar Jr. It must have come after that.
We don't get into that.
You know what I mean? It must have come after that. But I will say, so he has said that he is at a point where he does not want to face off against any more Mexicans, bro. So Q, a lot of people, you got a lot of people in the Mexican community saying, man, we understand, man, Viva Mexico, right? But then other people who are just boxing purists are looking at this like, bro, what kind of statement is that, bro? Come on, man. Tell me what you think about this, man. Canelo saying he's not facing anybody Mexican anymore, bro.
Man, that shit is despicable. it's despicable. And I'm gonna tell you like this. And I was in the comments with these damn people, man. It just pissed me off because let me tell you, I'm just keep it a buck now.
Uh-huh.
I'm a boxing fan, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no disrespect to the Mexican community, but I salute the Mexican community, the people that I felt kept it real. That's what's better than a Mexican, all Mexican standoff. What's better?
For real.
Mm-hmm. And I had to tell somebody because they back that cap up. They back that up what he's saying. In my opinion, I feel like there's imminent threats in the community. You know what? This the part that aggravates me. Everybody done turned the damn 23andMe now. Because now, I was like, because first thing people say, you don't fault Mexicans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Did a whole little thing on it, man. I had my Canelo versus Chavez jersey on, but I never posted. I can put on. Post it. But they saying Chavez Jr. not even Mexican. I think his mother.
Who said that?
Somebody in the comments. I think his mother is Caucasian American. It's like a people model, something like that. That's why he tall like he is.
Mm-hmm.
But end of the day, man, come on, bro. Like, why y'all done dug into this man damn genetics, man? Why we got to go that deep? Why can't we just want to see a damn good fight? And now they're saying the Mexican monster ain't Mexican. They saying he's half.
Right, I heard that too.
Yeah. He's in Arizona. He's American.
Right.
All these damn excuses, and then he from El Salvador or somewhere. I don't know, bro. Somewhere in Central America, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Is it that deep?
Right.
Oh, what in that case, that means he should fight him next then, because he's not
exactly right.
In that case, I mean, we got the fight. We got what we want.
Yep, Benavidez Canelo.
We fight in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at with it, man. It just aggravates me, you know what I'm saying? Because and I told somebody, I'm like, look, man, this is not civil war. This is a boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
It's a boxing match, and I say, what better can you do? Just word to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, if you really my friend, you really care about me,
right?
You will help me feed my family. Payday. Why can't you Mexican countryman get this payday?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to kill him. You boosting the Mexican economy, man. Like, what you doing?
Right.
And to me, I look at it like you in a space. I feel like he got a lot of pressure. I feel like he feel vulnerable. He know what the threats are, and I feel like the guy that Bivol is fighting. That's where they asked him about if what's his name?
Zudo Ramirez.
Zudo beat Bivol when you fight him. No.
Right.
Zudo was 6'3".
Yep.
4-0. Not a walkthrough. You understand? Bivol might have problems. So with that being said, I really, if I feel like if Zudo was a Chavez Jr., I feel like he would have signed up for it.
Oh, without a doubt, bro.
So that's how I feel now. You know what I'm saying? So Cinnamon Tribe, I'm ready for y'all. Y'all get in the comments. I'm ready for y'all. I would love to know what you feel about this, but I just feel like if it wasn't an imminent threat, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, he's going to stand on something, because if that's the case, okay, and then y'all saying that Benavidez is not Mexican, line it up.
Hey, man. Hey, bro, I'm going to say this, bro. At this point, I'm going to just call it like I see it with Canelo, man. Canelo is straight ducking. He is ducking all of that Mexican smoke and talent that is coming up the ranks. That is what he's doing at this point. Because, bro, let's keep it real, man. What would an American fighter look like saying, I ain't facing off against nobody who's American?
Crazy.
You know what I mean? What would a fighter who's over in from the UK look like saying, I'm not gonna fight anybody from the UK, bro? It's straight asinine, man. It's crazy. It don't make any sense at all, bro. And the only
people backing that.
Right, exactly. And the only thing that I can really parse into it, bro, and this is just me, man. This is just my armchair psychology of Canelo Alvarez, bro. I personally think that Canelo Alvarez is such the man over in Mexico behind Chavez Sr., right, that I personally think that Canelo looks at it like he's not going to give anybody else over Mexico
a chance to even
dethrone him and really be the king of Mexico like that. Right now, he is literally the king of Mexico.
One man Marquez over Canelo, in my opinion, right now.
Right. You know what I mean?
So third. Okay.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I really think it's more of a selfish move by Canelo. Canelo will try to paint it as he's being some super Mexican patriot that he doesn't want to face any countrymen. But nah, man, we're not believing that, bro, because it doesn't make sense. Any other country, any other place, bro, it doesn't make any sense at all. Other than him being selfish, bro. He's being straight selfish.
Marquez called him out before, if you remember. He called him out saying you don't want to fight the fights. You don't want to fight.
Right.
So, you know.
So at the end of the day, man, I see selfishness on his side of him not trying to give anybody else shine by getting a lick on his name. So it is what it is, man. But we'll see what's next for Canelo Alvarez, man.
Hey, come on, we welcome y'all. Get in there, make sense. Now take your time before you make a statement. We gonna for
real, bro. Without a doubt, man.
Hey, man, respects.
Exactly. So, man, let's get into the connector with our first connector with, man. It's our rapid fire segment where we're gonna talk real quick about some topics in boxing. And the first one we're gonna talk about is, speaking of Mexico, we got a young bull, literally goes by the name of Pitbull, not Pitbull the rapper. You know what I mean? We're talking about Isak Pitbull. You know what I mean? Isak Pitbull Cruz, who is right now on a KO streak. Everybody knows he rose to stardom after giving Gervonta Tank Davis a difficult test, and he was the first person in about 7 to 8 years to last 12 rounds with Gervonta Tank Davis. So he really got his name after the Tank fight, and he blasted Yuriorkis Gamboa. And then last night, he blasted Ramirez, I believe, in the second round. Boom! Clocked him out of there real quick, nice and smooth. So right now, man, with Isak Cruz, he's a legitimate contender. He's a problem in the division. But the question starts to become, man, we already know he faced Tank, man. Tank saying that I'm not trying to face him again, man. He need to go face somebody else. So here's the connector with you on Isak Cruz. Connector with Isak Cruz will face off against another top lightweight in the next year. So somebody else in that top echelon of lightweights will give him a chance in the next year. Connector with.
I say, you mean top 10?
Yeah, a top lightweight, yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, he earned that, yeah. Because he's one. I feel like he should get, I say connect.
You said connect on that one? Connect? Man, you know what, bro?
We're going to go down another path, though, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what, though, bro. From what I see it, I ain't going to lie, bro. I see a whiff, bro. Because, again, I feel like at this point, he's aligned himself with PBC. And right now, you got Haney dealing with top rank. You got Lomachenko dealing with top rank. You got a T.O., even if T.O. came back down to face them, top rank. You got, who else? He already faced Tank. So we're not even talking about Tank Davis. Then you look at George Kambosos. Same thing. So you can go down the line with some of these names, bruh. And I really feel like with Isak, that, bruh, I don't know about the top echelon of lightweights. Will he get a shot in the next year? But I will say, bruh, and we were just talking about this on the text line, bruh. I don't know if we consider him a top one, but what does make sense.
That would be the path.
You know what I mean? But what does make sense, bro, would be a Rolly Ramirez versus Isak Cruz. Because the only thing that can stand in the way of that one would be the strategy of a Floyd Mayweather. Because right now, you already know that Isak Cruz is PBC. We know that that Rolly Ramirez is PBC. So that's the only thing that can step in the way of that one is that, bro. But a top one, I'm gonna say it's a whiff, but yeah, he might have to go the path of a Rolly Ramiro, bro, because I don't see anybody on that PBC side, bro.
But listen, that's good. You gave us a whole year. You said a year, so he can fight him next for the next 3-4 months, and he still got 8 more months. So I feel like if he fight a Rolly Ramirez and beat Rolly Ramirez, because that's gonna garner some attention. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a fight I want to see it. So that's a great matchup in my opinion. From there, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he definitely beat a lot some man. If they want to make that fight and they make that fight next, so they make that fight in late this year or early next year, yeah, I feel like.
But the only catch with that, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think Money Mayweather does it, bro. I don't feel like Money Mayweather does it. But I will say this too, bro. The reason why I doubt it and I say a whiff on the next year, though, bro, is only because I think we talked about this on last pod with Jared Big Baby Anderson, bro. When you look at Ryan Garcia, when you look at bro, the closest person who might do it, bro. Remember, Ryan and Isak were supposed to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Ryan and Isak, they actually had made Isak the mandatory to Ryan. But then De La Hoya and them finessed on out of that, I believe. And somehow, all of a sudden, that whole title eliminator or whatever bout, it disappeared. Suddenly, the mandatory thing disappeared between Isak and Ryan. So I think possibly we might see Ryan and Isak maybe, but bro, I just don't see them the top ranked boy. I don't see Bob. I just don't see it, man. I hate the politics of boxing, but I just don't see Bob around there shooting a shot with PBC with a tough opponent like Isak with any of his fighters.
Who knows, man? But I like that fight. I want to see it.
Oh, talking about Romero? Oh, yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. That definitely would be a great fight of boxing, bro. Now, let's get into our very next connector with that we got on the menu for the podcast. All right. So we saw one Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. You know, Fury has been blazing on social media as of late. If y'all haven't noticed, man, y'all check out our Boxing Vibez TV page. But Fury, I mean, it seemed like Fury get in front of the camera about every day, bro. By almost every day, he on something. But now Fury is talking about if Usyk doesn't want to face off against him, he has now put out the offer to Anthony AJ Joshua. Even though he's coming off of the 2 losses to Usyk, he is now putting out a opportunity for AJ to face him, bro. So here's the connector whiff on that one, bro. Connector whiff. The public right now would like to see a Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua bout, bro. Connector whiff on that.
I mean, I feel like the public will watch it, but I think what the public want is a unification bout.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know, at this point, it's like
undisputed.
Why not? You know, like let's get undisputed then. You know, or like I think Tyson Fury, if that couldn't happen, whatever reason, you know, okay, you know, people will definitely entertain that. You know what I'm saying? But that won't be the first call, in my opinion. I'm speaking for me, for more so.
Right.
Can't say what everybody else will want, but I want to see a unification bout between Fury and Usyk just because that's the last 2 men standing. Let's go and get that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if AJ was to get that shot, man, if he was to get that shot, you feel me? That'll be amazing for him if he could get a shot that way. You know. But personally, I want to see a unification bout at this point.
Hey, bro, I ditto that, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't really care to see it, but I'm gonna tell you, bro. Who do you think is the person that this is really music to their ears, bro? On AJ's side, who you think this is music to their ears?
Eddie Hearn?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
you already know. You already know that for Eddie Hearn, bro, this is music to his ears.
Word.
Because what a lot of people don't know, and Deontay Wilder confirmed this, is that even going into that second Usyk fight, they were trying to get Deontay locked in. Win, lose, or draw, AJ was trying to lock in a fight with Wilder so that they could cash in even if he lost to Usyk again. So if you are Eddie Hearn, after getting snubbed because Deontay Wilder, of course, is going to go the PBC way, this is music to your ears to have another opportunity for AJ to cash in again with an opportunity at the title against Tyson Fury. And you never know, it could be a good enough fight where even if AJ loses, it might be where they fight twice. You know, we're starting to be in that era where if it's an okay fight, people may want to see the fight again. So, you know, so right now, if I had to be real, bro, I don't care to see it because it's tough to sell me something when we watched the fighter lose twice. And then now you're about to go against a guy who can box like Usyk, but he's 6'9". So that's a tough sell, bro. the public, but nevertheless, I do think people will watch, but they don't really care for that right now. But we'll see how that goes, man. But Eddie Hearn got to be loving this, bro. He got to be loving this. Now, bro, let's get into the very last connector with, and this concerns Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan King Rye Garcia. All right. Now, a lot of people have been witnessing the ongoing drama and saga back and forth between them, suspecting that they may fight or they may not fight, or who knows whether PBC and Golden Boy are going to get together and really make the fight happen. But now, supposedly, even confirmed by Gervonta Tank Davis, they was out there listening to Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares. Ryan Garcia.
Wait a minute.
You know what I mean? He was on the next booth with the sparklers and the bottles popping, and they started talking a little bit of business, and they agreed to a few terms in the club. Supposedly, allegedly, maybe.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Probably. So, nevertheless, man, they hinted on Twitter as well that possibly the December bout date that Gervonta was talking about, it may possibly be those two facing off, bruh. So, connected with Q, man, with all this talk, back and forth, bruh. Connected with Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia will face off, bruh, this December. Not next year, not 2023, but this December, those two young bulls will get in the ring together.
I'm gonna go connect, man. Some big gotta happen. So, you know, I'm gonna connect that.
You connect that one?
I think the God's gonna, you know, line some up for us, man. Boxing gods.
Man, hey man, I agree, man. I feel like this is one of those moments where both of them might be talking to their promoter, and both of them might be saying, screw all that, going the easy route or getting this fighter, that fighter. We ready to line it up and fight and go ahead and make this bag. And it's smart because, bruh, I know we've talked about this before on the pod, bruh, but they got to get, fighters in general have to get out of the mindset of a loss means that's the end of your career.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a loss is not the end of your career. So if you're Ryan and you're Gervonta, man, at this point, you all can make a massive bag that could set up your family for generations to come. Right now in December 2022, y'all can make a massive bag. I don't see the point in just trying to dodge taking an L, you know, to not do that, bro. So
get the money, man. Get to the money. Let's get to the money.
Exactly, man. Exactly, man. Hey, man. To quote the late great Dolph, man.
That would be
get paid. Get paid.
That would get paid, young.
Get paid, right?
Real, but so, you know, honestly, man, that fight, I see all the stars lining up, man. I see mink coats, man, and you know what I'm saying? Louis slippers, man. I see all that for coming out for this fight, man. You know what I mean? That'll be one of them fights that will bring out the people, man. That will bring everybody out. Jay and Bay will be out there, man. Ringside.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. I think so too, bro. I'm gonna say that we gonna end up getting that fight in December, man. So we gonna have fingers crossed, man, that we gonna end up seeing that mega bout in boxing to close out the year, man. With that being said, bro, you got any last words, man, for the people, man, before we get out of here with Pod 105? Oh, you guys, go ahead, bro. My bad.
So I got to speak on this, man. You had to be done seen this somewhere, man. The what's the name of the joint, man? The Tycoon joint, 50 Cent, Tycoon Celebrity Basketball.
Yeah.
The Unity Foundation, you feel me?
With Bud out there balling.
You had Trader Truth and Zero, a whole other debacle with those guys. Hope everything's peace with those guys, man. But bro, you tell me you don't know about this at all?
What you about to speak
Trigger
on, bro?
My boy, Trigger. Him and Bud Crawford. You ain't heard nothing about that?
Nah. Tell me what happened, bro. Fill me in.
Bro, obviously it was an issue.
What?
It was an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Matter
of fact, 50 Cent he done banned.
Then he said Trey was acting too gangster.
It's banned. He can't come back. 50 Cent said last year he wrecked the Wraith.
Bro.
He wrecked the Wraith, and this year he was trying to fight over some chicks or something. Him and Bud got into it, bro. And say Bud told him, "We go in the back room. We go
right."
In the room, and they'll just hear you yelling, screaming.
Right.
We gonna punish him. And they were like, and Trey was talking crazy. He was talking real greasy, like he ready for the smoke. But like his people like, bro, you know what you doing, bro? You tripping? He's like, nah, bro. His hands registered. You know what I'm saying? He really can't touch me. They're like, man,
hey, man, that's a crime.
That part. So he
right.
some old police shit, really.
Right.
But listen, they say they told him, man, you know, this man is what's the word? He's a wrestler, like he's a
yeah. He do that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like a world-class wrestler, bro. What you doing? You know, I don't know what really happened, but you know what I'm saying? End of the day, it ain't a good look, Trey Songz. I don't know what you got going on, brother, but you obviously making some very bad decisions in life, and really stick to the music. That's what I say, man. Cause
hey, man, and that's
bro,
funny.
You want to smoke with Bud? You better keep it marijuana.
For real. Hey, he really don't want no smoke with.
Nah, you don't want Bud Crawford, bro. That ain't what you want, bro. That's not really a very wise, mature decision as a man of your age. You know, I just feel like, you know, I ain't trying to judge you. I'm just saying, they ain't
But we got Trey Songz versus Bud Crawford out here, man.
This man wants something, man. This man, bro. End of the day, and it was in Texas. That's another thing. You know
yeah. You already know it was in Houston.
And we already thought a lot of, it was circles going around about Errol Spence and Bud being announced at the fight, which didn't make no sense because it's Fox. You know what I'm saying? Not PBC, but end of the day, that's a little depressing. I ain't heard nothing else about that fight. You know, it's looking like it definitely won't be November.
Yeah, it ain't looking like that now at all.
But that was just funny, man. It's like, man, that's crazy.
Trigger don't want no part of Bud, bro. Bud would have took him in that back room, boy, and smacked them braids up out his head, bro.
The neighbors really know your name.
Right, for real. I bet the neighbors know my name, or they know, bro. They know your name for real, bro.
Yeah, man, for real. White chalk line in that room, man.
Hey, yeah, but I did see where I did see a clip where 50 was saying that he banned Trey though for trying to act too gangster though.
That's crazy when 50 Cent banned you for trying to act too gangster.
Right. Exactly, bro.
Let's keep it R&B, man. We need to bring back the old school R&B, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be fighters and gangsters, man. We need lovers, man. We need some more love.
Lovers, not fighters, huh?
Yeah,
lovers, not fighters.
We got enough game bangers and gangsters, and everybody trying to be that, man. But anyways, Boxing Vibez TV, we spread love and positivity always, man. Everything we say is all out of love. You know what I'm saying? We doing this for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? For the people, we trying to keep y'all informed on the latest and greatest in the boxing news, events, lifestyles. That's what we got, man. Boxing Vibez TV.
You already know. And with that being said, Power 105, we are out. Y'all smash that like button, smash the notification bell, all that, man. You stream us on all platforms. Y'all check out our YouTube, subscribe. We got all our clips and our videos up
YouTube, there. Twitter. What the Twitter is? Twitter is Boxing Vibe.
TV. I think it's
Boxing Vibe or something. It ain't. Anyway, everything is Boxing Vibez TV with a Z.
Right.
Even the website. You know what I mean?
So, even without that, man, all y'all got to do, man, Google us, man. Just Google Boxing Vibez TV. All our stuff will pop up.
Straight up.
And with that being said, man, we out.